I love having people over. I love creating ambiance. That sort of thing really opens people up, and it really almost dictates the type of conversations that you have, the more comfortable that you feel. And objects also move us in that direction. I have been saving all of this stuff, all these little things, and they all have stories. Creativity is really just about connecting dots. And the more dots you have to connect, the more expansive your ideas can be. All of them come from different places and different experiences, so having them around me constantly, it reminds me that there's so much opportunity and that my life has been so beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to creating even more beauty in my life. And I want other people to feel that when they come see me and spend time in here, and I think you can feel that here. Hi, I'm Bethany, and this is my tiny home. In designing this tiny home, I was originally really excited for it to blend into its environment, but I didn't have the location before I designed the tiny home. So I had to kind of design it with the dream location in mind. The exterior is all cedar with a light pecan stain, and the plants are really important to me because it also makes me feel like I'm just nestled in the forest. You know, even though I'm nestled in a mountain. You could see there's a roof deck on half of the home, and then the other half are 4 solar panels. So the home is almost entirely off-grid. It's perfect for a stargazing guest room, so I'm getting there. I'm here in the serenity quite often alone, which is beautiful. On the left over here is where the solar controller is. I have 8 batteries. And then over here, this is the hot water heater, hot water, cold water, and then propane. So I moved here and then shortly after built this deck. Nothing's perfect here, it's all a work in progress, but it's a little bit scary right now because there's no railing. Coming soon. The furniture on this deck, aside from that table, are from Nextdoor, which is just like a neighborhood app, mostly free. So I'm really proud of that. I think that they fit perfectly, and I think I have a great deck now. But the rugs and a lot of the, like these pillows and things like that are all from Morocco. I worked really hard for this home. I love creating comfortable spaces because my mind is always chaos. I'm always thinking of a million things to work on and new ideas. And when I'm out in the world being social or working on something, I'm like all in 100%. So it's really important to me to have the exact opposite of that in a place that I call home. Whenever I just sit here, like take my shoes off, put my feet up, it's just spectacular. The mountains and having the plants in the wind. It's just like at night I light this candle, but it's just so beautiful and I love it. I work remotely, so I wanted it to be a space where I could think and feel clear. Everything in this home has a story. There are pieces from literally all around the world. It was a blank canvas to begin with, the space, because of the white walls and how open it felt, but adding these little pieces from my journey just makes it feel, kind of makes it feel like a self-portrait, because we have the blank canvas of the home and then we have all these little things that make up who I am. This home was built in Flagstaff, Arizona. So I wanted to be involved in the build process just because this whole thing, every single square inch of this structure, I had something to do with. I was very involved from day one. I came up with a blueprint, spoke with him about the design and everything kind of came together very quickly right after I had the structure of it. And then once I had the structure I knew with conviction this is the layout that I want, then everything started to just come together extremely quickly, because the most daunting part is always, it's the blank canvas. It's always, how is this going to look? Where is the bathroom going to go? What's going on? There's so much to think about. When you finally come to a conclusion and convince yourself that this is what it's going to be, then everything else just falls into place. Welcome to my dining area and working area and living area and lots of things area. I originally made this table in 2 pieces so that I could take one of the pieces off when I want more space in the living area. And I used Everblocks, which are these things right here. They're like giant Legos, and they are all over this house. So you can use them as stools, you can use them as table legs, you can get creative with them. They're the perfect things for modular living. So I live in the mountains, and even though this home is really well insulated, it does get cold. So I have this little fireplace. So anyway, originally I had the ladder here and nothing underneath, but of course, like any other human being, I acquire things. And so this is kind of like a little storage area. I have a little table from Morocco, some yoga mats, and I box. So I have boxing gloves, and I see them. They're the first thing that I see every time that I walk into the home. So it reminds me, like, go work out, Bethany. So placement of your objects is very important. I have a big projector, and it's actually like super convenient. I can just press a button and it comes down. And it actually also acts as a little bit of a shading because this window is so big. Yeah, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I always wanted a swing chair. These strange things that we just want in life. So anyway, this is a drawer that I just keep kind of like miscellaneous things in, some shoes. In the back, I have like extra sheets, things like that. In this drawer, more exercise for me. So this drawer is where the bulk of my clothes are. And I have a lot of clothes. But the truth is that I don't actually wear all of them on a regular basis. I'm often in this, pretty casual, so I really actually don't have to open this drawer that often. This is my little bar cart, which I was really excited about. I have my whiskey glasses, I have a smoker, so I could smoke my whiskey with some hickory and applewood. And I also was trying to get fancy with the drinks because I'm in Topanga on a mountain, very far from the city, and I thought this would encourage some people to come visit me. This is my kitchen. I have a full-size oven. I have a beautiful sink. I love this sink. I really wanted a gooseneck faucet because it just feels like a real McCoy kitchen. And I made this shelving. I really wanted industrial pipe shelving. Believe it or not, it's something that everyone's really excited about now, especially the hipsters. So it's very expensive. And like I said, when in doubt, just make it yourself. This is my little area that I come to in the morning. I have an espresso, have a little tea section, keep all my wines up there. These are some napkins and things that I got in Bulgaria. Here are all my drawers, and not all of them have things in them that have to do with cooking. This is just like odds and ends and things like that I might need. Same thing with this. I guess same thing with that. None of these have anything to do with cooking, but you know, things you have to do when you live in a tiny home. This is my little garbage can and cleaning supplies, things like that. These drawers do have to do with food. This is where I keep miscellaneous things like Nespressos and teas and smoothie things and snacks. Oh, here we go, silverware, chopsticks, very important. This is the perfect little space because I can use it to peek on whoever is visiting me, walking up. I could always see them. And I keep more storage up here, like jams and little cooking things. This is my little refrigerator, and it is actually a common fridge that people use in tiny homes because it's pretty low energy usage. This drawer also has miscellaneous items. It really should be for cooking sheets and things like that. So this range hood wasn't totally necessary, but again, it just kind of makes us feel like a full-size kitchen. This is also regular-sized oven and stovetop. I have all of my spices out. I do a lot of cooking, even if it's just for me, you know. It's nicer to have people over, so I have an excuse to make more extravagant things, but But yeah, I try to cook for myself. It's a place where I put cutting boards and random business cards of people that I collect. This is a little pantry area. I have to stock that again, clearly. This is my main space for hanging objects, hanging clothing. Everything has its spot. This cabinet, actually, I originally just wanted to put a mirror here, but I found this great mirror that also, it doubles as a little jewelry storage. I, as I mentioned, am kind of obsessed with Morocco. So the shape of this door is very Moroccan. And then this is a sliding barn door, more cedar. But when it's closed, you can really see the shape of that door. But this is my bathroom. It does have a very spa-like feel to it. I really wanted to have a tub. It's just nice to come home to and to think, oh, I'm going to take a bath today and have a glass of wine, read a book, or sometimes I watch a movie on my iPad with it. The part about this bathroom that is most exciting to me, that really makes it feel like my own, are the tiles, because I painted all of them. So this little bird is actually Frida Kahlo's bird. It's a bird that you see in a lot of her self-portraits, but it symbolizes breaking free, and this home to me represented freedom. I really wanted this space to feel like a cloud, and I wanted to keep everything really light because it's such a small space. That's a low energy usage TV. Because heat rises, it gets pretty hot up here in the summer, but when I open these windows, I have a really nice breeze that travels, and I have a fan up here. So yeah, and actually the placement of these windows is perfect because it makes me feel like I'm waking up in a forest. So waking up here every day, I feel like the luckiest human in the world. And looking out at that view, I just feel like, man, life is really good. So the thing that I'm most passionate about in my life right now is this project that I started as an experiment several years ago called Paint the World. What I started doing was putting up these big blank canvases in communities. I secured the paint to the canvases and paintbrushes and let go of the materials, and then walked away and would return 24 hours later, give or take. And this beautiful painting would appear. They looked like one person painted them, but really it was somewhere between 60 and 100 people. Most of the people that end up contributing to them would never call themselves artists. They just see this canvas on the street and they think, like, that's weird, you know, like, what am I supposed to do? And then they just like experiment with it, but gives them this sense of creative confidence that ends up actually trickling into the rest of their day. They're doing this thing that they never, like, they would have never called themselves artists. So they're all of a sudden breaking that idea that they had of themselves. And it actually, like, it does a lot for people. And I mean, it's just such a amazing phenomena. I want to do them in more places around the world. I think they should be everywhere. So that's what I'm working about, and that's what I care about the most. And having this tiny home gives me the freedom to do that because I can continue being self-employed. I'm still paying this house off, but because I'm not working a terribly structured job, you know, I could work in the middle of the night if I want, which I often do, but it's all worth it, and it gives me the freedom to work on Paint the World. Thank you so much for joining me, and I was so excited to welcome you into my home. Please follow the process of the continuation. I mean, we're gonna have the stargazing deck up there, and who knows what kind of other deck we'll build out here, maybe with a jacuzzi. So please follow along at Going Tiny Living Large on Instagram. And if you'd like to follow along with the Paint the World project, that is at Go Paint the World on Instagram as well. And then more people will come visit me because I'll have a beautiful deck to sleep under the stars in. So I'll have more friends. Just kidding. And
careful.
I know, don't worry.
You're awfully close.
I know, don't worry. But yeah, Alexa keeps me on track.
I'm having trouble connecting. I'll keep trying.
Really? That's just kidding.
So good.
Good.
You're like a poet.
Thanks. The most special part about this, because it's the,
Oh.
I know, but before over here it happened with this. or something.
That's just crazy.
I know.
I guess it's time for you to go work out.
I
Obviously, the sign.
I know. But this will be your favorite
This is
forever. No.
You're my favorite.
Yay! I'm sure that's such an accomplishment.
You can't write shit that good, man.
Really? Oh my god.
Yes.
You're so funny.
What's happening?
Yay! Oh my god, you're the best. Oh,